anime film, Sword Art Online Progressive, Scherzo's of Deep Night, I believe. I probably absolutely butchered the name, and I'm very sorry if I did. But it is the sequel to the first one that came out a couple of years ago. We're going to talk about it. Smash your comments down below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And let's just jump into this review of the new anime movie, Sword Art Online Progressive, right now.
Sword Art Online the movie, Progressive, Scherzo of Deep Night.
Okay, so the new Sword Art Online Progressive movie is now out on the big screen for you guys to go and check out. Now, I loved the first one. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It was an anime and a manga that I had no idea about, didn't even know existed. Apparently, there's so many of them. So I went in there completely blind with the first one. Walked out, absolutely loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Some pacing issues, yes, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I was very excited to see the progression of this story going forward. Now we have finally got the sequel. How do I feel about the sequel, though, when it compares to the first one? I like this movie. I do like the sequel, but I also have some problems with it. Firstly, there is a lot, and when I mean a lot, I mean there is a hell of a lot of exposition here in this film. A lot of it. Now, the way that I feel like these movies are being structured at this point, so the first one is giving us an idea of the world, expanding that world, showing us the stakes, like everyone's trapped in this game and they can't get out unless they progress and complete the game. And without doing that, you're stuck in there. If you die in there, you're dead in real life. So there's a lot of stakes and everything, and it shows you these characters. We get familiar with our main characters that we are following. That's what that one felt like. And that was great. And it had the big climactic battle there, and it was kind of like, okay, the journey has now begun. This one, on the other hand, really dives into explaining a lot more about the world and different things when it comes to the Sword Art Online game. There is so much here to unpack when it comes to what actually can happen in different monsters, different things, different... We now find out that there's new players in here that are a different sort of guild that actually go out of their way to kill people. So there is so much going on, and I feel like that sort of took away with the pacing as well of this film, because there's so much of it. You're unpacking so much right now. It doesn't give you enough time to breathe on what you've just learned, and it just rolls on to the next bit of information that you're about to get dumped on. So it's like a full download of a whole epilogue, basically, in like short amounts of times, and you're kind of like trying to process, okay, so what's that mean? And then, oh, okay, now I'm getting all this information. So it's a lot to take in. That, to me, is a bit of a downfall when it comes to this movie. But, however, the animation is as gorgeous as the first one. It is stunning. The color is so gorgeous. When they use the greens, the pinks, the blues, just everything. It looks fantastic. The designs of the monsters and the bosses are absolutely incredible. The use of the color with them is fantastic. It's just an absolute gorgeous film and a gorgeous animation job that you are watching on the bigger screen. It is absolutely fantastic, and I loved it. I thought it worked so well. The story-wise, I thought this was really good for our main characters. I think we're starting to get to understand what our main characters are like. So, my favorite character, for instance, I believe his name is Kirito. I think his name is. He's the guy, the main lead. And I really like him, and we start to see him, and when you peel the layers down of this character, you find out that he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it to help everyone else and to protect the people that are close to him. And I love the relationship he is building with our main lead. She is fantastic. She goes on her own character arc as well, as she learns that she can't rely on people to save her all the time. She has to get stronger, and she has to have the ability to tackle the dangerous things and not let him take care of it all the time for her. So she has this cool arc as well, and them coming together as a partnership is fantastic as well. And I like the relationship that we are developing when it comes to these characters. Works so well. We got introduced to this other character, Argo, who is freaking awesome. She's got like Wolverine claws, so that's freaking sick. She's quick, she's small, she's nimble, and she's fantastic as well. And she is what's called an information broker. So she collects information and then she sells it to people. So it's pretty cool that you have like these different factions of sort of characters in here that all have different purposes, and I really like that. We also discover that we have two main guilds who are vying with each other to get certain items and everything like that. That's going to enhance them. And the idea of this film is to stop a war breaking out between the two guilds that could basically disrupt everything in the game and get everyone trapped in there forever. So that is what's at stake here, is trying to stop the two guilds from actually clashing and having a fight over one item. So I like that idea. But this also really did feel like a setup for the bigger bad moving forward, for the bigger bad villain that we're going to be facing later on. Because there is so many hints about this war that's going to happen between the guilds that's going to cause a massive rift in this game. And that's where it's all leading to, is like trying to keep the peace between these two guilds that just have different ideologies and they're clashing all the time. So I like that concept. I like the setup they did. They set up these two characters that we still have a mystery of. We don't know who they are, but all we know is that they like to kill the players in the game. And they have a plan to make the guilds come together and fight each other. So they look like they're going to be part of this bigger, maybe this bigger cult sort of guild thing that's going to be a problem moving forward. So I'm excited for that as well. We also got to see a character from the first movie come back, and she was fantastic as well. And I love the bridge that she is rebuilding with our main lead as well. Love that. There's so much here that I actually really enjoyed. The music though, oh my word, the music is so incredible. And that final battle sequence is absolutely fantastic. That was really creative how it's done as well, because you can easily have this normal boss battle, like a boss comes down and he's just standing there and you're fighting him one-on-one like that. Cool, we've seen all that. But this is actually a unique battle because the boss isn't what it seems to be. And when they're trying to work out what is actually going on, it makes for a really interesting and cool fight, because it's not just straight up going head to head. It's completely different. You gotta think while you're fighting this boss, and I really liked it, and it looked gorgeous. Absolutely did. So we're left on the note now. What is going to happen in the next movie? I'm excited for it. We're going to have to wait for it though. But I'm enjoying this series so far. I really like this movie. I thought it was good. Is it as good as the first one? I probably still like the first one more than this one. I just feel like there's so much exposition in this movie that takes away from it. I just wish we didn't have to. The audience isn't dumb. We don't need to be explained everything. We can work things out as we're going on. Like, I don't like a lot of exposition in the movie unless it calls for it. And I don't think this movie called for it. But we got to learn some new things. We got to see the world expand. We are now going up levels. We're up to a new level as well in here. We skipped past some levels from the first one. But hey, I enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the new Sword Art Online movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash down that comment section below. Smash that like button for me and click subscribe as well. I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.